I just had to take a second bath this weekend. Still the Sabbath for the next few hours or so. It's 5:15 Sunday, and I'm still a bit sore from the marches. I did 5 marches in a row in the last week and 5 marches in a row last week. 2 weeks in a row marching 5 times, so that's 10 in the past 2 weeks. So I said I'm gonna do a bit of cardio and take a 2 week pause from my regular workouts on the fitness journey. Encourage all the workout, train, exercise, working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. I am immersed in hot water. In the bath, taking a bath in the bathtub. Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid. Grateful, thankful that my electricity bill is also paid. Paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee. Thank you, farmers across Quebec, La Belle Province, Canada, coast to coast, to all North American, the collective North American civilization, aka the North American civilizational complex. Yours truly, independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, independent athlete, independent artist, independent activist, world peace advocate, universal spiritual teaching student, philosopher, independent psychological analyst and theorist, independent psychosexual. Sometimes it takes two to tango, so they go hand in hand together. As a matter of fact, I watched a little bit of PORN, a little bit of adult movies earlier, but I didn't click. I was just scrolling, looking XYZ. But I set a discipline that and a rule that I will only watch adult porn during the Sabbath, which is still ongoing today for the next until about 8 p.m. Sunday. So about 3 more hours left of the Sabbath. So I'm kind of wrapping up the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom with a bath and a little bit of nice chats online, exchanging some nice conversation with my fellow LGBTQ community from here, La Belle Province, Quebec, Montreal, Canada. Had a good laugh. I said it was a joke. I said if I would be the rainbow dragon pope for my fellow LGBTQ community, I was inspired to create a sort of social, cultural, artistic type of event that I will to do in the coming days, weeks, and months. And it has to do with the Pope. And as I've said before, and I will say that my Pope is the sun who now rises and now sets. And I do say the word Goddess is a universal spiritual teaching student, many past lives, many incarnations I do not know at all, but have questions. My philosophy, spiritual, psychological, is that the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. And how do we invest in the body? By working out, training, and exercising. And working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. And before I digressed, of course, I was discussing that the Pope came for a visit last year, I believe in July, and I was joking. I was saying, well, the Pope came across the ocean to come see us Quebecers here in La Belle Province, Quebec, Canada, and he didn't offer us no hugs, no offering of kisses, tickles. I said, what is this? It's a universal spiritual teaching to my allies and armies. Well, gotta give some pleasure, gotta offer some hugs, some tickles, some kisses, offer something of that good pleasure, some joy. So I had this idea of creating an event, social, cultural, spiritual event, or it can be non-sectarian, non-dogmatic in all things that I do. Of course, I am non-sectarian and non-dogmatic and apply those principles, and I operate by principles such as the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose, and I'm investing now in the body by taking this bath, substituting for a massage therapy session. I cannot afford a massage therapy session at the moment, but I'm grateful, thankful that I got this hot water bathtub and rent's paid, electricity bill is paid, and got coffee and can be open for business, got food for today. Calling all willing and loving to support the implementation of my trinity of theories, because with all the imperfections, faults, flaws that I do admit that I do have, I am for the greater good, and I do firmly believe in the implementation of my trinity of theories. The CIT citizen integration theory, the DRT death refusion theory, and the DFT, the democratic fusion theory. That trinity of theories to be implemented via the fourth dimension, and that fourth dimension is LOVE. Love is also action, not just blah blah blah. If I can give some service, and I'm a servant to all my willingly loving allies and armies, pledge you legions, and calling for the implementation of my trinity of theories for a public-private partnership, because fundamentally my dream for world peace and for the regeneration, resurrection, insurance of liberty and security and prosperity for the collective North American civilization, aka the collective North American civilization, is of course a public and a private partnership in order to create the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, or the North American Citizen Integrated Defense, Security and Service Force, aka the Dragan. North American Dragon Army for defense, strictly and solely for defensive purposes, and security and service, and to be integrated with all existing public and private organizations and institutions, calling all willing and living to support and the public-private partnership thereof, and of course to create also the North American Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, to organize mass dancing events for the pleasure and purpose. For pleasure and purpose, the purpose of the environment, attaining harmony between civilization and nature, and pleasure to dance for pleasurable activities, as it's a pleasure to dance. The joy of dancing. Dancing is a sport. I'm the greatest dancer. I'm not. I admit that at some things I am mediocre. I admit that at some things I am so-so. I admit that at some things I am average. While I admit that at some things I am so-so, while I admit that at some things I am average. Being average, so-so at some things, mediocre at others, I am great, super, and excellent at dancing, poetry combined. I'm the best dancing poet, millennial rainbow dancing poet, because my father, Aleister Crowley, was the best ever and will be, still is the best ever poet. Aleister Crowley still is the best ever poet. Aleister Crowley still is the best ever poet. And I drink the father. I'm a great, super excellent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and geopolitical analyst and theorist, of course. And many of my geopolitical analysis back in 2019, the main one, of course, when I concluded that humanity were again on a path towards another international conflagration, and so created, made, and designed and produced the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, a new workout training program system to go hand in hand with the aforementioned scenario, which came after my conclusion, after I have analyzed the global situation, geopolitical situation back in 2019, the main events which have came into my analysis as a major warnings were the U.S.-China trade war, thus the deterioration of Sino-American relation, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, aka Kathy Meng, by the RCMP, by Canadian authorities, the federal police, the RCMP, in order to extradite her to the United States on an extradition treaty, and the consequent deterioration of Sino-Canadian relation due to the arrest of the two Michaels, Michael Spavor, Michael Kovac, by China and Chinese authorities there, and of course the ongoing terrorism continued by the Islamic State terrorism group, and other historical events such as the Pearl Harbor event back in 2019 in October had concluded that humanity were again on the path towards an international conflagration, and so made and created proposes the new workout training program system, of which I've performed more than 350 sessions so far, and which is simple, effective, and efficient, requires no equipment, and is easy to do, easy to operate, and on which of course I'm advocating and calling for the implementation across the collective North American civilizations for citizens to be financed, mass financed, with workout, train, exercise, since working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. It is a definitely medicine and therapy to work out, train, exercise, does great wonders for the mind, body, and spirit. And of course, push-ups, hog squats, simple exercise. My workout training program requires no equipment. What my workout does, it increases general overall fitness. The paradox of my workout is, of course, that I have created it to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario or World War III eventuality in terms of geopolitical events which are transpiring, and which of course many of my analysis has proven correct, especially with the further escalation of global conflicts, the Russia-Ukraine crisis, of which I'm calling my brothers and sisters to an immediate ceasefire. I understand there must be dealings and agreements, and I firmly believe that at least for the North American collective civilization, strictly for defense, security, and service. My public-private partnership of the Dragan Army is part of the solution and the creation thereof of the Dragan Army complementary covenant in a cooperative way with the North American Integrated Dance League, the Dancing Goddess Army, via the theories. The DRT has to come first, debt refusion theory, which of course summarized as taking all private and public debt. My private debt as a private citizen is $10,000 to the RBC Royal Bank of Canada, taking my debt, your debt, all the Canadian debt, refusing it, whatever the number is in United States dollars, because the United States currency is still the international finance currency of choice, still the global commerce currency of choice, and the worldwide currency for business. So the United States dollar, the greenback, still is the international financial currency of choice. Since 2007, late July, during the financial crisis, it had some challenges and still is being challenged now more with different geopolitical events transpiring, but it still is today, February 19th, celebrating 3 years of my survival of COVID. I had COVID 3 times, and of course, I'm triple vaccinated. I encourage people to get vaccinated, and please, please, please increase in hygiene in public. So before I digress, implement the DRT debt refusion theory. I firmly believe can save the world, at least the collective North American civilization. That's why I'm calling on my astrological brother Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and all corporations, private institutions, BlackRock, Mr. Fink, and the Bank of Canada, Federal Reserve Bank of Mexico, BIS, Bank of International Settlements, banks, and all citizens, institutions, and corporations, small business, medium business, large businesses, corporations, and all governments and institutions from Quebec, La Belle Province, Canada, coast to coast, United States, and Mexico, first and foremost, of course, throughout the North American civilizational complex, to implement the DRT, debt refusion theory, taking all private and public debt, refusing it, and then create the UE. The UE stands for Universal Exchange Unit, U dot E dot U dot Universal Exchange Unit, the U dot E dot U dot Universal Exchange Unit, preferably by biometrics, the hand, the voice, and the eye, your unique biometric identifiers, and of course create the UE in parallel to the United States dollar, and whatever the number is of all the private and the public debt of North America together, and of course NATO member countries, and the Bank of International Settlements and beyond, brothers and sisters of Israel and Africa and beyond want to join. I dream the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, but first and foremost part of the North American civilizational collective, since we got two oceans. That way is the East Coast, that is the Atlantic. That way is the West Coast, that way is the Pacific. So to the east we got the Atlantic, to the west we got the Pacific, and the North American civilizational complex with its geosocial, political, cultural, geospherical, political realities of the complex of North America, of which yours truly is the independent philosopher and theorist, calling for the implementation of my Trinity of theories. The DRT first, take all public and private debt, PPP. The public and the private debt, create a public-private partnership with the complementary covenant and cooperative institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the North American Dragon Security and Service Force, to be for security and service and strictly for defense, only, strictly, solely for defensive purposes and security and services with consent and hygiene, mutual understanding, and LOVE and Dragon with websites on more than 100 Dragon Army number, and of course coast to coast throughout North America, to be for security and service, integrate with all existing public and private institutions and organizations, public security forces, private security forces, firefighting forces, and all organizations and institutions for defense, security, and service based on my theories and philosophies, calling on all willing living for this big public-private partnership. As I'm not perfect, far from it, as I said before. I am not without flaws, don't play it self-righteous. I admit that at some things I am mediocre, I admit some things I am so-so. I admit that at some things I am average. I am for the greater good, want my own rebirth and healing. I've been depressed and suicidal. I've been rock bottom, heading back, and working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. And I believe it is for many, have been, and will continue to call for the mass financing across the collective North American civilization for citizens to work out, to train, and to exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Dragon Army, public-private partnership, to encourage citizens to work out, train, exercise, and increase in hygiene in public, and be for defense, security, and service based on my philosophies and theories. And of course, complementary with the Dancing Goddess Army, The DGA to be for pleasure and purpose, environmental education and action, because it requires education and action. Action is required. Action has been required in my own healing, transformation, and regeneration, and now in the sharing my dreams, aspirations, my philosophies, my theories, and calling all willing living to support in whatever age, way, shape, capacity, shape, or form that you so can. Right here on this island metropolis, Montreal, Hawk Island, grateful today. It's February 19, celebrating 20. So today, celebrating 3 years since I've had COVID. I was really sick. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. Thought I was gonna die. In many ways, I did die. Personally, there's nothing that I want to go back to pre-COVID. I just want to move forward and encourage people to work out, train, exercise. I'm on a fitness journey. Fitness journey continues. Lost 77 pounds, created my own workout training program system, got out of depression, being suicidal, and I'm working out, training, and exercising on the regular, challenging still for a few years Donald Trump to a boxing match. Donald Trump, Tyson Fury, and then whoever else wants. I fight my own battles. Dragan Zero, aka Limb Dick, Clit Dick. Fight my own battles. We can put on boxing gloves, and my anonymous sister friend gifted me red gloves, which of course rock. And if I make a million, gonna give her half. If I make a billion, gonna give her half. I make a trillion, gonna give her half. I asked already twice to marry me. It's gonna be a special marriage. I'm marrying all my allies and armies. We get married together. Pledge your allegiance, legions. My allies and armies are de facto family. Pledge your allegiance, legions. We get married together. Open, androgynous, pansexual, rainbow, BDSM, switch marriage. I asked my sister twice. Gonna ask a third time in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. If I make a million, gonna give her half. I make a billion, gonna give her half. Make a trillion, gonna give her half. I'm financially struggling, in debt, $10,000, but open for business. I'm auctioning leaders of my bath. Leaders of my bath, taking a bath, and make an offer. $93, maybe a liter. North America shipping solely, PayPal, business only. If you wanna finance, support this financially struggling, although rich in kisses, got credited from the goddess. Send one kiss from the star, heavens above, and that one kiss turned into 718 trillions of kisses, which are credited with yours truly, with the condition that will freely distribute to all my willingly living allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance, legions. Kisses got trillions, 718 trillions of kisses. A trillion is 1,000 billion. A billion is 1,000 million. So kisses got by the plenty. Kiss my allies and armies wherever you want. Pledge your allegiance, legions. Kisses God, make you all kiss millionaires. We do some push-ups, marching, Dragon armies philosophy. We channel, sublimate the aggression, which I admit I do have in me, and in the past days, weeks, months, and years of channeled and sublimated. There are keywords, those sublimation and channeling keywords of my psychological, spiritual, philosophical stance, whether it's aggression, whether it's sexuality, because repressing it can make us sick, ill, and diseased. Yeah, I admit I got cuckold fantasies. We got that out of the way, blah, blah, blah. Who knows what even some gangster rappers got. He ain't got nothing on ICBM rockets, though. And maybe y'all also want to be fantasize that be put on a leash sometimes. Woof, woof, woof. Who knows? But we got different hidden lusts, hidden fears, hidden fears, hidden lusts, hidden lusts, hidden fears. And like I say about hidden fears, the paradox of a 6'6", 360-pound, hard, tough fella spent 13 years in the NFL, survived 3 concussions, spent 13 years in the NFL. His 6'6", his 360, survived 3 concussions. He survived 3 concussions. His 6'6", his 360 pounds, and spent 13 years in the NFL and survived 3 concussions. He comes to my underground room, office and temple, small. I wish it'd be bigger because I could have open doors, open door from Monday to Friday. I could have open doors, rock and roll events for my allies and armies with action, loving, and marching and working hard, training and exercise. Too small here, my underground, literally underground room, office and temple, rainbow dragons lair in my underground room, office and temple. So cannot have open doors at the moment, but wish I could have something better. If you've helped me that with 57, between 57 the Belvedere and 53 the Belvedere, there's a house there who's been left decrepit, decayed, and desolate for about more than 7 years since I passed. It's always the same. It's been different real estate agents have been trying to sell it, and it's been for sale for like 7 years, and it has a nice green roof. So we're gonna paint it rainbow with lots of red dragons, goddess on it, children dancing, rainbow children dancing, and two pillars in front, perfect to make one pillar black, one pillar white, white and black, vice versa, black and white. And of course, to be there, I can have open houses on Westmount and make it the most loving in that neighborhood. And of course, to implement my trinity of theories, which I'm calling for all willing living to support the CIT, citizen integration theory, DRT, Detroit fusion theory, and DFT, democratic fusion theory. That trinity of theories to be implemented via the fourth dimension, and that fourth dimension is LOV, because love is action, not just blah blah blah. And of course, if it's not about love, and love is also in different shades of rainbow, multiverse, million, billion, trillion different loves. I love X, I love Y, I love Z, I love Y, I love black, I love white, I love rainbow, I love satellites, I love good bacon, I love good massage, which cannot afford, but I love this bath, I would love my allies and armies, pledge your legions. And I said I fight my own battles. We can start first in the boxing. Gonna box with Donald Trump because I've been challenging Donald Trump for years for a boxing match. And then Tyson Fury, I'm gonna train hard in the coming days, weeks, months to fight Tyson Fury. Heard he was the best undefeated. So for my one and only match in the professional boxing, I want to fight the best, who's undefeated, Tyson Fury. Maybe March, April. I'm gonna train with those boxing gloves which my nano sister friend gifted, and we're gonna rock and roll tango and rock and roll. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. I digressed a little bit, so I want to say, of course, that of course we got different dimensions of self, hidden lusts, hidden fears, sublimating and channeling, because we got these new energies in the past years, months, weeks, days, decades, which with the internet, satellites, and music, which we have rock, rap and rock and rapping, rock and rap, and all the culture and everything, which have released new energies, such as, of course, LGBTQ liberation, which I'm part of. The rainbow liberation, sexual liberation, let's be honest, has not come without blood, sweat, and tears. For me personally, for you, for us together, for whatever it is, citizens of Quebec, Canada, La Belle Province, Canada, North American collective civilization, the free world, the Western world, the worldwide, of course. We got Rainbow Family, Rainbow Nation across nations, unite across the world, and more people are coming out as being bisexual, gay, lesbian, LGBTQ plus. Of course, myself being androgynous, pansexual, and LGBTQ 100%. So we're gonna rock and roll, Rainbow Dragon. We got hidden fears, hidden lusts, all sorts of things unadmitted. Right? And it's psychological catharsis. I encourage all workout, train, exercise. Philosophy is the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose, and how do we invest in the body? By working out, training, and exercising, by good hygiene and nutrition wise. You eat what you will, thou wilt, 93 code that 93. And calling all willing, loving, and I want to say thank you to those on the marches who hug. When I go on the marches, people hug, people kiss. I like that. I like seeing that in public, people hugging and kissing. It gives me some hope, because otherwise, what the fuck are we fighting to save this free world civilization if somebody's not making love now? But a gay love, interracial love, homo love, all sorts of love, and kissing. Dragon Army, we channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs, and we're strictly and solely defensive purposes only. Defensive purposes only at all times. Defensive purposes only. You know, like Rainbow Dragon, stay 2 meters away. You can scream what you want. You can bark what you want. Call me limp dick. I do got a limp clit, small clit, tiny androgynous microchips. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, cooks, truckers, because everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, all cooks, because everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. Thank you, farmers, butchers, truckers, because everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. And that's a fact. Please, artists and athletes, finance food security, calling on mass financing food security, and calling all willing living to support the implementation of my Trinity of theories with all the imperfections, the flaws that I have, and I'm rainbow in many ways, sometimes stormy, dark, and I firmly believe in the implementation of my Trinity of theories, mass financing, encouraging citizens to work out, train, exercise, politicians. I hear you discussing. So I said, I want to hear the word love sometimes. Love you, love you, love you. I'm going to vote for millennial, millennial, millennial. I was here, stop voting. Heard love, love, love. I understand there's dimensions, 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 finance, social economics, a whole complex array of our complex civilizations, but sometimes things got to be more straightforward and direct sometimes. Right? Yeah, I share a lot with the public, the public sphere. Right now, I'm in my private underground room off Sun Temple. If I want to, I can close everything off, shut everything down, and just everything black, 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 or dark. Close the lights. Go out, check the stars. Because I saw Friday when I went on the march first time, exactly going east. There was Scorpio in the back of me, Orion. So east, west, towards the east was or Scorpio astrological sign, the Scorpio sign with Antares over the mountain Friday, and there was the other way Orion because they're out on the opposite side. So marching east and west, and when I go towards the mountain, I'm marching east, but when I come back to my lair, I'm marching west, right? So I'm always marching a lot east west, a lot of times north south or circle, 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 roundabout east west, north south, and circle square. But mostly, if I go to the mountain, it's east, and when I come back, it's west, right? Because the mountain for me is east, going east. The headquarters of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, Mount Royal, the Belvedere, Kondiarnak. Referring I'm referring to, which is about 7 kilometers, 7 point something kilometers. So if I go, it's about from my underground there, it's about 7 kilometers to the mountain, to the Belvedere Kondianak, the headquarters of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. So I go often on these marches and have been for years. My new CVs, I've marched more than the generals of NATO combined during COVID, and in the past week, marched more than the generals of NATO combined. And of course, I march for farmers, construction workers, firefighters, public security workers, nurses, doctors, cooks, butchers, railway workers, calling all to the Global Dragon Union. I'm a pro-labor and love, universal revolutionary centrist. I'm a pro-labor and love, universal revolutionary centrist. I'm a pro-labor and love, universal revolutionary centrist. I'm a pro-labor and love, universal revolutionary centrist, meaning I firmly believe in my Trinity of theories. I firmly believe in mass financing citizens to work out, train, exercise. It's wonders for the mental health as well. It's wonders for mental health. It does wonders for mental health. Sure, I go a little bit crazy. We gotta go a little bit crazy sometimes. Just gotta shake our heads, go rock and roll, rap, roll. I can turn everything not off, and I got different fantasies, different lusts. Nothing, maybe I shut everything down. Now I'm gonna fantasize I'm getting some golden showers for world peace. I'll get golden showers for world peace, blah blah. Or another fantasy which I have, or things that I have. I'm androgynous, pansexual, so I date both men, trans women, and I'm open, but I do different dating for pleasure and purpose. Allies and armies are my family, friends with benefits, whatever the case may be. But I rock and roll, and I like BDSM switch. I like BDSM switch. I like BDSM switched. I like I love femdom as well. I love femdom. I could be the femdom. I could be the femdom. Stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much details, but now because it's in the open. It's in the open. Open source, democratic republicanism, Republican Dragon democratic system, public-private partnerships, dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, support my dream for world peace, manifesting as the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, calling on all willingly loving to support the implementation of my Trinity of theories, channel the aggression, the Dragon Army. We channel the aggression with push-ups, hugs, tickles, and kisses with consent. With consent. And Dragan on because there's a lot of changes we gotta do, and change sometimes comes from blood, sweat, and tears. For myself personally, I don't want to go back to nothing before pre-COVID. I understand people had economic, financial, commercial interest. Calling on my brothers in the NHL, National Hockey League, NFL, National Football League, NBA, National Basketball Association, maybe owners and players, please mass finance food security. Please mass finance food security. All multi-millionaires and billionaires, please finance food security, women's sports, the LGBTQ issues, and support the public-private partnership. Dancing Goddess Army with the Dragon Army, integrated with all institutions and organizations across the North American civilizational complex. NORAD as well, based on my philosophies and geopolitical analysis. Encourage citizens to work out, train, exercise regularly, and to be strictly for defense, security, and service, because the realities are today where we are that these things are required, and we got to channel and sublimate and integrate these new energies, and the release of these energetic forces, which can be intense, such as supercomputers, telecommunications, 3G, 4G, 5G, smartphones, everything that we have with the high tech, and everything, the sexual liberation, LGBTQ, which is part of it, of course, which is an ongoing process of liberation and of integrating the energies, right, of sublimating and channeling again is very important in my philosophy, and everything that I do. Everything that I do is operate on a daily basis. I've been depressed, I've been suicidal, depressed and suicidal. No longer. Paradoxically, during COVID, working out, training, and exercising, healing, transforming, and nothing that I want to go back to pre-COVID. I kind of understand, for example, the patriarchal sports leagues. I'm going to say patriarchal because, let's be honest, my brothers in the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, there's not even one women's sports league which makes even close economically, financially, commercially to what the aforementioned make. Not even one makes economically, financially, commercially to what the aforementioned patriarchal sports leagues, or European soccer for that matter. Call it a heart, please. Mass finance for women's sports leagues. Mass finance for women's sports leagues. Mass finance for women's sports leagues. Give them a little bit of something. Give them a few percentage. Owners and players, multi-millions, multi-billions. I understand. You're rushed back business as usual for you. I understand. Money. I understand economics, financial, commercial matters. I am very pro prosperity. Very pro prosperity. Very pro. But that stated, my brothers, artists, athletes, multimillionaires, and CEOs, multimillionaires, multi-billionaires, ain't no way that if I would have had millions in the bank account, ain't no fucking way that I would have not, during the hard economic financial times of this past holidays, for the children, that I know if I would have had some millions, that I would have not financed some trucks and to mass give to the children some toys, some candies, some goods, and for food security. Ain't no way if I would have had millions in the bank. Ain't no way. My brothers and sisters, you don't need seven. You got 7 houses, 7 cars. You need an 8th one. I ain't no commie, no socialist. I believe in a public-private partnership, pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrism. But goddamn, rock and roll it. Goddamn, rock and roll it. I'm grateful. My rent's paid. February 19, 2023. Survived COVID. Had it 3 times. 2020 was the first, just when it started. It wasn't in the news. It wasn't declared a pandemic yet. It only happened in March 2020. March 20th, 2020. So I had it about this time. I was healing 3 years. So I'm celebrating 3 years today, tomorrow, of me having survived COVID. 3 years. It was a very sickening disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. I thought I was going to die. In many ways, I did die. Nothing that I want to go back to pre-COVID. I'm calling all to support the implementation of my Trinity of theories via LOVE, CIT, Citizen Integration Theory, DRT, Depth Fusion Theory, and Democratic Fusion Theory. That Trinity of theories via the 4th dimension, LOVE. And love is also action, not just blah, blah, blah. Been putting a lot in the public sphere because I get dirty, but I get back clean. You don't need to look journalists dig dirt. I like to get dirty. I get back clean. I got a wild, wild, wild side. I do a little bit of crazy rock and roll. Yeah. So I like sometimes to be whipped and called nasty words by women or men. Turns me on. Being femdom, maybe. I got that on me now. Secret services. If you ain't got that on me, I'm gonna put it on YouTube, man. RCMP, ceases. CIA. Stasi are gone. 1989, November. That was the paradox of Germany being split. As a student of history, Germany from 1947 to 1989, more than 42 years of the Cold War, Germany was split in the East and West, right? It was East Germany was the what was the official name? The Democratic Socialist People's Republic, right? The Democratic Socialist People's Republic, because socialist nations all had long names like the Yugoslavia and Bulgaria, Romania, they were all socialist / communism. Although I do say that as Karl Marx envisioned it or wrote about it, communism was never really achieved. We're experimenting to implement Karl Marx's theories, yes, but in reality, communism, Karl Marx envisioned, because it was supposed to be universal, international, worldwide, global, was never supposed to be about one country, one state. It was workers of the world unite, right? So it was never really achieved in the, but that's, I gotta do, anybody want to finance on that? And again, I'm no socialist communism, I'm a pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrist, 800 Dragon, dream, dancing goddess and dragon kingdom. I believe in my theories. I'm a universal spiritual teaching student. I say the word goddess. I don't know it all. I can be non-sectarian, non-dogmatic, even secular in many things as rock and roll, rap, rock and roll. But nonetheless, Germany from 1947 to 1989 was split into half, East and West, Communism, Democratic People's Socialist Republic. And the Stasis were like the secret police for like more than 40 years, notorious, one of the most repressive and police state apparatus, East Germany, along with the KGB back then, KGB, Mossad, MI6, whatever the case may be. So yes, I am not perfect. No need journalists to go far. You can check out this video and you can write about it. My allies and armies, pledge your allegiance. Legions got kisses, got hugs, got tickles, got good loving way. Channel the aggression. That is my call, to channel the aggression by push-ups, working out, training and exercising. I thank farmers. I want to hear more on the radio. If I had a newspaper, radio, television, it would thanking the farmers, the butchers, the cooks, nurses, the doctors, all every day. It will be gratitude. Thank you. Take a moment for gratitude for the farmers, because everybody gotta eat. For the cooks, for the truckers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors. Farmers are my heroes, truckers are my heroes, and those cooks are my heroes, those transporting the food, farmers, all cattle raiser, pig farmers, cheese, all the farms across the collective North American civilization. Love you, big dragon hugs. And I want to say I love you from my Bill Provence, sending big dragon hugs, because I offer. You can say no, I don't want anything to do with your rainbow hugs. Keep them away from me. That's fine. Marching in the free world, keep on rocking, blah blah blah. But I gotta offer, because I don't like to offer more than blah blah blah, and blah blah theory, philosophy can only go so way. We gotta march, put some steps on, steel toe boots sometimes, because brains and muscle is required for us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization, and brains and muscle has been, is, and will continue to be required for us to build, maintain, and upgrade civilization. Brains and muscle has been, is, and will continue to be required for us to build, upgrade, or maintain civilization, and it has been required and will continue to be required for us to build, maintain, and upgrade civilization, and has been required and will continue to be required. Thank you, workers of Hydro-Quebec here, thanks to whom I heat my coffee with clean, zero pollution energy emission that I'm utilizing. Thanks to those workers who since 1944 with brains and muscle built 63 dams. I also give about 5 or 6 days now to the United States. The electricity, which is clean, zero pollution, zero emission, and renewable electricity, right? It does not pollute at all, or very little, friendly concordium harmony with Mother Nature. Thank you, farmers, butchers. I got bread, I got coffee. rent's paid, electricity bill is paid, calling all willing to support the implementation of my Trinity theories, taking this bath to substitute for a massage therapy session. Wish I could afford it, but I'm grateful, thankful that put some more hot water. Grateful, thankful for that hot water, the boiler, which was built with brains and muscle. Brains and muscle has been and will be required for us to maintain civilization and hopefully upgrade civilization at this moment. Upgrading civilization for me is attaining harmony between civilization and nature and looking to colonize Mars and outer space. Yours truly, Adrian Hannah, Dragon, androgynous pansexual, founder of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, my dream, manifesting as the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, which I am founding, laying the foundations from Montreal, Hawk Island, with first and foremost trillions of kisses. From Mount Royal, the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom is Mount Royal. Those three peaks, a mountain system, of which Mount Royal proper, West Mountain, Neutral, of which Mount Royal is at the Belvedere, Condiarnac, Belvedere. We see many pictures and many times I've been, and that's the headquarters there. My favorite place to meditate, to write poetry, love, and work out, train, exercise, and theorize and philosophize. Join me at the mountain, join me at the mountain, join me at the mountain. To watch some news, hoping for better news. The good news is that I love you. The good news is that I love you, allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, and calling all to support the implementation of my Trinity of theories. Support is financially struggling but rich in brains, rich in kisses, rich in push-ups, rich in hugs, rich in some theory, rich as a poet, rich as a philosopher in theory, and was not perfect, far from it. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will be my medicine and therapy of choice. Strongly encourage you to work out, train, and exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Getting fit on a fitness journey, lost 77 pounds, created my own workout training program system, which requires no equipment and which is effective, simple, and efficient. Advocating for the implementation of my Trinity of theories, first and foremost, across the collective North American civilization, across the North American civilization of collective. Dragons, Dancing Goddess and Dragon Kingdom, my allies and armies, pledge your allegiance. Legions are de facto family. Grateful, thankful for today, my rent being paid, electricity bill being paid, got food and coffee. Thank you, farmers, big dragon hugs to the butchers, farmers, truckers, nurses, doctors, firefighters, public security workers, railway conductors, those working in the trains, bus drivers, public services drivers, bus drivers, and those on the freight trains and the railways at all levels of operations, public security workers, construction workers, warehouse workers, dock workers, those unloading the trucks, the truckers now going east, west, north, south by the hundreds, thousands, or maybe tens of thousands, transporting food and goods and all sorts of potatoes, big bags of potatoes, of bacon, of milk, across the collective North American civilization, sending you some healing blessings of healing love. And if you a trucker, a farmer, butcher, baker, burger involved in the production and distribution of food, when I march, you say, Dragon, I'm working this. I'm a trucker, I'm a farmer. You can get yourself some dragon hugs, dragon kisses. Or you can just say, I don't want nothing to do with your kisses, nothing. I don't want any of your hugs that you offer. I don't want any of your kisses that you offer. I don't want any of your tickles that you offer. But sing me some rock and roll, Dragon on the trucker. For the trucker on the truckers. They be going east and west and north and south. For the farmers, yep, everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. You know that I rock and roll for you. You know that I'm about to sing. Now speaking of some rock and roll, that's gonna be some rock and roll now. Let's rock and roll. Rock and roll it for the farmers. I rock and roll it for the butchers, yeah, I rock and let my mane out. Everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. Yeah, you wear those steel toe boots to load up the trucks with those goods. Yeah, you wear those steel toe boots to load those trucks with them goods. Yeah, you wear those steel toe boots to load them trucks with those goods for the families and the service. Yeah, we don't rock and roll up in the free world, but we gotta eat for freedom. Freedom, man, ain't easy, baby. That's a sword, it's double edged. I ain't perfect, got a limp clit, got a limp dick, sometimes grows big. Hey, like a rocket for the cocket, for that NORAD with a musket. Hey, hey, give me some singing for some loving, giving some rocking road. On the road they be lonely, yeah, the strippers get them discounts. Yeah, the truckers is some discounts, please, my sisters that be strippers. My sisters that be strippers, please don't give them truckers some of that discounts. Cause they only go as truckers, go to business for the farmers and the cooks. They be cooking us some sandwiches for the kids. Yep, for the workers, for the firefighters. For the firefighters and the public security workers. They be working, they be struggling. On the CEOs, they gotta get some food security. They making too much bonus, yep. Rock and roller with a main out, they be on the road of highways. When the truckers and the stopping by the farmers, they gotta load a load away from Mexico. They be going all the way to this Canada, oh yo. For the one, for the two, and for the three, yeah. They be on the metal, yeah. They be on the truck. With a bigger truck with the tons of goods are carrying on the highway, going east or the west or the north and south for this North America they play the Dragan songs of rock and roll it with the fingers. I cannot afford a guitar, so I a cappella for the workers and the farmers and the butchers and the truckers and the nurses and the doctors and the grocery store clerks. Yep, those the cooks, cause everybody gotta take a bite out of sandwich with a light. With a what will be together with a workers, that's alright. I am promising no paradise. I cannot promise no paradise. I'm not promising no paradise. But I gotta damn it, that the CEO, they left it with an interest with the credit cards, and left us with a cold as ice. On the interest on the credit cards, they left us with a cold and ice. At the interest on the credit cards, they left us with a cold and iced. Ice, 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 when the fire go from California all the way to Alberta. Passing Canada, United States, or Mexico, that transcontinental rocket for the trucker's pocket. When they go, they gotta U-turn, they gotta make a stop for you, burn for you, learn for that food security's a must, burn for the construction who don't build the houses. They done going on the electricians, they done going on the Hydro-Quebec. From the Hydro-Quebec, that electricity we must tip. What it must tip, gotta get some gratitude, some thankful, thank you. From the bottom of the dragon heart, we love you. With the kisses for the farmers and your butchers, and the nurses and the grocery store clerks. We don't rock and roll it, we don't roll it, roll another. Yeah, rock and roll. We gotta go get crazy a little bit. Sometimes. That's it. It's time to listen to the news. Get a good rock and rolling. Thank you, farmers, again, for all the farmers across North America, for the food, the cheese. I don't have cheese, but I got butter, bread, and leftover bacon fat, and I got soup, and I'm good. Made myself an improvised dessert. Got food, got noodles, got some pasta, so I'm good to go. 3 years survived COVID. Want to implement my Trinity activities, calling all willing living to support the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, which is my dream, manifesting for world peace. And now we're gonna listen to some news. The good news is that yours truly loves you, my allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, legions. And let's see what this is about.
has been helpful in compensating. Millionaire. Airwaves. Well, because the CRT. People appointed bureaucracy. That we should concentrate power. I believe we under the leadership of the Sabbath.
Love you, love you, love you. Woodworkers. Freaking cool. Woodworkers of America. Love you. Love it, man. He was wearing red, my favorite color. Love you. But don't have the money now, but I show him some love also, man. He was wearing red, my favorite color. Woodworkers of North America. Love you, love you, love you. Wow. Was affordable though, but I'm only spending on necessities. It's very food, basically food.